Hey, this is Kent with Move Up Endurance Coaching. In this video, I'm going to cover 3 exercises that I find extremely helpful for cyclists dealing with lower back pain. The first exercise I'm going to cover is called a dead bug. Then I'm going to transition into a hip thruster, and then we're going to finish with a bird dog. Now, they all have silly names that actually have real names that sound a lot more professional, but these are easier to remember. And they all serve the same purpose, which is to get you to learn how to engage your core and separate that movement from your hips so that when you go to drive through the pedal stroke, when you're smashing up a climb, powering out of a corner on a cyclocross race, whatever you're doing, you have a clean hip drive and a solid core that gives you a stable base to produce that power from. So let's go ahead and dive into the first one. We're going to start with the dead bug. Make sure the stability ball's out of the way. So with all of these, that core position is everything. So the first thing you want to do before you even start moving is taking a deep belly breath and expand 360 degrees throughout your core right here. And as you do that, you want to be able to exhale and maintain that tension. And you should be able to actually talk. So singing the ABCs or happy birthday, whatever you like to do, is going to help you practice holding this while staying relaxed. Next thing, hold that tension, bring your arms straight above. Straight up, take your hips and knees to 90-90, and we're going to start the movement by reaching back with your right arm and extending out with your left leg. Now, if this is difficult for you to maintain the tension through your torso as you extend, you can make it a little bit easier by keeping your legs bent and just doing one leg at a time. This is actually a place where I have to start a lot of people. Then you can try and extend your leg further to increase the difficulty. And then the most difficult, with just body weight, is to extend the arm back and extend the leg fully. If you can progress to this while keeping good tension, you should be able to do 6, 8, maybe a max of 10 reps. And that should be plenty difficult and all you need to get good results. So next, we're going to jump into the hip thruster. So again, you want to expand 360 degrees, hold that tension through your torso, and you want to keep your feet planted on the ground, about hip to shoulder width apart. Squeeze your glutes and thrust up as high as you can. Try to maximize that squeeze every time in your butt. Then you're going to come back down under control, squeeze those glutes a little bit harder every time, and try and really hold that tension. The big mistake that people make here is to let that arch in their back. Maybe they go up too high. Another common mistake is to push through the toes. You should really have your whole foot planted in the ground. And with this, I like to do 10 to 20 reps per set. And just keep a nice steady rhythm. As you get through the set, you should feel that tension in your glutes increase gradually. The final exercise, you're going to flip over. We're going to get on all fours, your knees under your hips, and your hands underneath your shoulders. Now to start this movement, I like to start with just the legs. And I'm going to get that 360 degrees of expansion, get really tight through my torso. And then I want to kick back, try and straighten my leg using just my glutes and quads for that extension there. The big mistake that's common on this is to overextend. So you'll kick your leg back, try and get it real high, and you have your lower back arch like that. We want to avoid that. When you come back, if you feel yourself doing that, you need to clamp down, really tighten up those abdominals, and hold that tight throughout the movement. So the next step, if you find that you can do both sides, and it may not feel even on this one, with good form, no lower back movement, then you can throw in the arm. So with this, you're going to reach out with the opposite arm of the leg that you're working on. And as you're doing this, you want to make sure that you're not reaching forward, or if you find yourself arching and you bring the arm into it, just go back to just doing the leg. But if you can, work up to keeping tension through the torso, extending the leg and the arm, using just the muscles in the back of your shoulder, then that's a great way to work through this progression. If you can get up to do 10, maybe 20 reps per side on that, that's going to be plenty difficult. And I will usually do this as a circuit. So I'll go through one set of each exercise, and I'll do this maybe 1 to 3 times before a bike ride.
When I have athletes tell me that they're having lower back pain on their bike, I will usually have them do these 3 exercises, and it has a very high success rate of helping them within a couple weeks. If it's not helping you out after doing this, 3-4 days a week for a couple weeks, I really recommend that you go see your general practitioner and get a referral to a physical therapist or a chiropractor, someone that can take a deeper look and help you get sorted out. I hope this was helpful, and thanks for watching.